Yes, everyone, welcome back again to another episode. Randy or not, basically. So, if you didn't know what that humming was, obviously, that's kind of the theme I just go with when I usually intro people. But, we're on another episode 3. People saying, Randy, what did you do today? What did you get up to? Not much, as usual, not much. Just spending the time on this Saturday. I'm shooting this obviously now at 8:05 p.m. Haven't really done too much today. Done a bit of washing, so that's just what I've done. Usual songs singing in the shower, so this time I sang OPP, Naughty by Nature, OPP, and also I was forgetting the other one. I had it in my head just a minute ago, now it's gone. So it's the usual thing with me. Things just go out of my head. But there were a couple of the tunes I was singing. So hip hop, hooray, OPP. People don't know about, Naughty by Nature. Do you know what I mean? They sampled that ABC track, which was originally of Michael Jackson. So big up the OPP man them. So you see what I'm wearing today. Obviously Arsenal, old school Arsenal jersey. Right now obviously probably don't feel like wearing it because we're doing crap at the moment. We're actually performing shit. So don't even know why I wore this on, to be honest. But I guess I wore it on for the nostalgia feeling of actually when we used to win stuff. We did win something last year. We did win the FA Cup. But this is obviously not about football. I came to talk to you guys more about this week. And obviously want to show you guys what man is snacking on. So obviously if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll get to see man kind of have an ASMR session with you lot while also talking the good talk. So what I've also got on the plate is a currant loaf. So big up the currant loaf there. I don't know if people can see that there, so and Auntie's bread. So Auntie made some kind of cinnamony kind of bread, which man is obviously gonna chow down on. Had them before, they were quite nice. So big up the Auntie for hooking man up and all of that, feeling that for true. So obviously got some tissue here in case, mouth gets a bit weird and stuff, man has to wipe the mouth and that, but so I don't look like a twat right here while there's butter kind of hanging on the end of my beard and stuff like that. So, it is what it is, episode 3. Yes, people didn't think I'd probably make it to episode 3. You probably thought, well, you would have, obviously, because you have a lot to talk about, don't you? Yeah, I do, in a sense. So, this is why we're here, obviously, with episode 3. But, enough for that. Let me get on to what I'm going to do, which is obviously eat at this point in time. Usually like currant loaves. Currant loaves with some butter. But the butter you should usually have, for me, I like clover butter. Clover butter just bangs really hard. And if obviously you live in the UK, you know what clover butter is all about. Oh, delightful. Absolutely sensational. Try and put on the Gordon Ramsay voice again. Oh, it's wonderful. Absolutely beautiful. It hits the spot so nicely. Absolutely delightful. Oh, great. Grand food there. Just like grand design. Oh, yes, delightful. Beautiful. Yeah, well, obviously I didn't just come on here just to eat, by the way. I have obviously a snack on the side while I obviously talk the good talk about what... That nearly went down the wrong way, excuse me. Talk the good talk about everything, generally. And obviously what I wanted to kind of touch on you guys more this time on this episode, more of the love life, because I know a lot of people see Link and Ting, which is something I'm doing on the Randy Prizzle channel. Go and check that out on YouTube, go and check that out. I do a lot of the linking and tinging, and I'm trying to find someone that's kind of right up my alley, that's a bit of me, do you know what I mean, that understands Randy's nature, everything more about Randy and stuff. So I want to find someone who generally can understand all of Randy's nature. Isn't going to be too surprised or too shocked by what Randy does or what Randy comes up with. You know what I mean? So, for example, I've been on dating sites before, and I specifically told one of these girls I do Lincoln Ting. She went and checked it out. She didn't speak to me again after that point. So I kind of shot myself in the foot there, and I thought, oh shit, I fucked up, didn't I? Because if I didn't tell her I did Lincoln Ting, maybe we probably could have still been rocking, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I don't take any of it personally, because I tend to say to people, Lincoln Ting is a process. Like, I use Lincoln Ting basically to put myself out there, to let everybody see the character of Randy Prizzle, what I'm about, what I do, what I like and what I dislike in relationships, and what people say, and I generally react to them. But I do it especially for the banter reasons as well, not just to find someone, because I like doing Lincoln Ting. I see Lincoln Ting as a big thing. No pun intended there, but I look at Lincoln Ting as the be all and end all, and not for me dating wise, but in terms of entertainment, in terms of bringing you something, in terms of making people smile, especially during this period of time we're in lockdown. I want to get people, you know, laughing and feeling good and looking at Lincoln Ting and go, well, his dating life is a bit shit, isn't it? So, you know, you can laugh at that and look at me and see me as a complete tit. But I like to look at things, and I like to give people that entertainment value. And I always, as an entertainer, especially as a young boy coming up, you know, as well as being unique in terms of liking to break things down and pull them back together and piece them back together and stuff like that. I was a complete weirdo when I was younger. But I liked to obviously give people entertainment, you know. I like to entertain people. Even when it came to wrestling and stuff, when I used to wrestle with a couple of people, especially my cousins back in the days, I used to let them do the manoeuvres on me. How mad is that? Yeah, I used to let them powerbomb me and fucking rock bottom me and do all these moves to me. But I used to sell them. I was the seller. I was never like the person giving them the moveset. I was always the seller. And I was putting a headlock. And it was madness, but I liked it because I liked to entertain. That was my thing. I liked to put myself out there to entertain someone, give them that entertainment value. Okay, Randy's going to take the bump again today. Ah, shit, here we go again. But you know what? At least it's going to make my cousin feel good. And that's what it was all about for me back in those days. Well, still even now, you know. I like to make people feel good. You know, I never really like to probably say offend people or get people offended, you know what I mean? That's just where I am at. And if I do offend people, I can be very apologetic, you know, or someone offends me. If I've offended someone, I just tend to kind of pull myself away from the situation, because I never want to be someone who offends that person again, or give them a reason to go, there you go, fucked up again, that fucking prick. Do you know what I mean? So that's just generally why I'm like, okay, if I fuck up one time, I'd rather just stay clear of the situation until I feel like that person has fully accepted me and accepted that, you know, I've made a mistake, let's move on from that. But if they haven't, then it is what it is. I just tend to just pull myself away from the situation. And when they're ready, innit, I just kind of leave it in their hands. If they're not, then it is what it is. We move on, we say, que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. Your future is ours to see, que sera, sera, que sera. So anyways, yeah. But yeah, generally, that's generally what it is for me. Pause for a second. Let me enjoy the snack. Couch. Butter. Glorious. Delightful. Yeah, if you've eaten some currants on bread, it's absolutely fantastic. It's amazing. I'm going to come on to stuff very soon, but I want to just keep talking for a minute while I pop open the mags. So obviously I have, you know, my can of cider here. Don't want to show for legal reasons in case mine gets blocked on YouTube and all that. Because I do want this thing to keep going on for quite a while. So, you know, I have to put my hands around them so they don't see the labelling. But if you know what this is. That's all it is. I just call it mags, innit? People would know. But yeah. Some good dark stuff. Anyways, yeah, I was feeling that for a minute. I was really feeling that. But yeah, the general talks, I'm feeling obviously to move straight from it. It went dark for a minute. Don't worry about that. But yeah, Like, Love Life. Love Life has been interesting. Non-existent, to be blunt. I mean, if you count on the hand amount of dates I've been on in terms of, like, in the last year, nothing. In the last 2 years, I think it was one. So it's been 2 years, I think, since I last went on a date. You know what I mean? It's been that long. People say, how do you get by? How do you manage to curb your, you know, how do you satisfy the ting in it? How do you have your own sessions sometimes. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You go out, you give it a good tug, and that's all I got to say on that. It is what it is, man. Like, some people, yeah, tug, disgusting, but I'd say, listen, it is what it is. Like, you got to do what you got to do, man. Sometimes you have them feelings, you have them urges, you just got to satisfy them. It's not great, it's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it when I explode. But yeah, in general terms, that's what it is. You know, you just got to do what you got to do. Some people probably ain't comfortable with probably all the talk of like jacking off and all that, but I'm saying, like, if you got to do it, you got to do it. You know, and there's times when I've just been feeling it too much, and I'm just like, you know what, I just got to do it. I got to get out there and do it. Don't care. I just got to get in that toilet and do it. Or I don't care. I just got to go sit in my room and put it out in the bin, because I have a little bin in my room, which is mad to say, but I don't do the sock thing. And I know a lot of men there like to do the sock thing, but I wasn't the sock guy. I was more of the guy who just put it in the bin, or if not the bin, went to the toilet. In my younger days, it was the toilet, yeah. But it was, let me stop talking. This probably creeped a lot of people out, but it is what it is. Because I'm a creep, yeah, creeping on the down low. But it is what it is. So, in general terms, love life has been difficult. You know, I haven't really had someone that's, you know, been my own, someone to call my own. I can tell you about failed dates that I've had. Well, I've had one in particular where I literally thought I was going on a date with this girl. And this was college times, by the way. This was when I was in college. Me and this girl obviously was in the same class. Sorry, excuse me there. Don't want to say her name for legal reasons, because obviously, you know, don't want her to come back and sue man or call me or whatever, you know what the rest is. But it is what it is at times. Yes, no, it's a bit runny. I have to kind of wipe it. It's that season sometimes. So it is what it is when you have these moments and you have that feeling of, oh, I'm excited. I'm going to go on a date with this girl. And I think it's kind of like, was it my first ever potential date? I think it was. Yeah, college days was one of my first ever potential dates with someone. So I was excited, I was gassed, I was happy. Finding out that I'm going on a date with this girl, with my man. I was sitting there with Jay Dizzle, big up Jay Dizzle. And I called her, literally. I was around his area, and I think it was like afternoon, night. I can't remember, on like a cold October day. So that's the date I specifically remember it was on. So I called her, and I was like, oh, hi. Well, I didn't really say it in that voice. I was like, hello, how are you doing? I didn't really say it in that voice either, but do you know what I'm saying? But I was like, hi, how are you doing? It's Randy here. And she was like, oh, hi, Randy, how are you doing? I was like, oh, good. Well, I just basically wanted to tell you, you know, like, I like you, and I was hoping I could take you on a date. And she was like, no, me and you can go out sometime. No, I didn't really say that. I said, me and you can go out sometime. She was like, yeah. So she paused for a minute. She was like, oh, yeah, sure. And I was like, you said yes? You said yes? Results! You know what I mean? I was completely ecstatic. I was excited. You know, my eyes opened so wide. I was just literally in the awe of the moment. Like, this girl said yes. Like, I'm going on a date. This is probably my first date I'm ever going to go on. This is exciting stuff. Should I call my sister? Should I call someone and tell them how happy I am? Yes! Fuck you too! Do you know what I mean? And all that. Nah, it was a moment where I was just like, ah. And listen, before college and all that, I never had a girlfriend. I never dated anyone, you know. Right, hold on. let me rewind that back. I mean, I was dating someone when I was 16, so I was dating someone when I was 16. That was my first ever dating experience. We'll touch on that a bit more later on. But with her, we kind of like, when I called her and said, she said yes, and then it went to 3 days later, the day of the potential date, you know what I mean, that we set it for. Called her up. Hi, how you doing, Randy? Hi, Randy, how's it going? How's everything doing? Yeah, it's good. What you saying? Yeah, and I was like, cool. So we still gonna go on this date, like me and you? It's just like, me and you? And I was like, yeah, me and you date, you know, with a grin on my face while I'm on the photo. You know what I mean? Like my man Cinema Seeps usually does. So I was like, yeah, me and you, like, date, us two, yeah. Are we doing this? Are we still doing it? And she was like, I thought you meant date with, like, me and, like, my friends and your friends. I was like, and that's when I was like, I swear at that moment of time, I probably could have cried. I didn't cry, but that hurt my heart. Like, at that point in time, because I was like, I was all excited, and I was going on a date with this girl, and then she said that. She said, no, I thought it was you, me, my friends, and your friends. I was like, and that's when the mood, literally, of my face, literally was like, and I was like, I swear my eyes could have watered at that period of time, because it was literally like someone had shot me. I think I felt like someone had literally, no, not shot me, but someone punched me in the heart. Like, literally, that's how it felt. I was hurt after that period of time. Like, you talk about school days and all that. School days, I was never really popular in school, especially with the girl, the man. You know what I mean? But not necessarily, I wasn't attracted to the man. I was trying to attract the girl. The man them just didn't like me because, you know, man was just different. I was just weird. I was completely out there. But in terms of all of that, I thought that I was going on a date with this girl. I thought, this is my big chance here. It's first date, Randy. Yes, I'm excited. You know what I mean? I was talking to myself as well. Don't be a tit. Don't say anything that could piss her off. Do you know what I mean? Just be yourself, but at the same time, don't be a tool on this date. I was just prepping myself for this date. Fully gassed, excited, young man. Yes, ready to go. Ready to go right now. And then, boom, fell flat on my face. Do you know, after that call, I was like, oh, really, you don't have to call now. It's not okay, girl, because I'm not going to be alright tonight. Because I wasn't at that point in time, and it hurt my soul, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, it really hurt my soul. After that point in time, I didn't know what to do, because listen, in my younger days, trying to date girls was a bit of a problem to me. Like, I obviously was interested in the girls that you would see in the magazines and stuff like that, because in the younger days, back in school days, people used to bring, you know, the XXX magazines in, the porn magazines, stick to what it's called, porn magazine. They used to bring them in, they used to bring DVDs in. It was like a show and tell. So you got all the show and tell, you know, people showing you all this stuff. So in my days, I never used to look at girls and go, oh, like, those sort of things when you see from XXX, pictures, movies and things like that, they tend to kind of scar you, because you look at women, you say, the girls obviously at that period of time, you're like, well, they don't look like that, so why do I like that? And you're seeing, like, porn for the first time. Although that wasn't my first experience, but you're seeing graphic and stuff like that for the first time. My first experience of watching porn was, like, hardcore stuff, and this was, like, during the Channel 5 days. People used to watch Channel 5 here in the UK. That's what used to be happening. And it came on late at night. And this time, I remember a specific day I was playing a game in the kitchen. It was on a Saturday. And I was just busy playing away, boom, 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 boom. Playing, and I think I kind of stopped playing for a period of time. So, let me just see what's on TV. You know, for there might be a good movie or something where I could stop and just watch the movie. I flicked over, I think I flicked over on Channel 5, and I saw these two people, like, going at it. And at that time, you don't know what it is, because you're looking and you're like, what is this? What? Yeah, sorry, it's gone black again after It's like, what are they doing to each other? Like, is he hurting her? What's going on here? You see these kind of bodies going at it, like and someone moaning like, and the guy, oh yeah, baby, and all that. I sound like Johnny Bravo. I didn't really sound like Johnny Bravo. Oh yeah, baby, much. Oh yeah, baby. But they didn't sound like that. It was just mad just to see it all unfold. And then you're kind of at that age where I think I was 12 at that time, which is mad to say. But when you see these sort of things, you're like, you know what I mean? Like, you become a lot more interested, and you want to see what more is there, because you've never seen stuff like this before. You're like, my word, like, is this some sort of game? Is it like pin the tail on the donkey or something? Like, your mind literally goes, two people are doing this, like, to become one. Like, all these tunes they used to sing back in the days, we didn't know what none of them meant. When we were younger, we had no idea what are they saying when two becomes one. What does two become one mean? Do you know what I mean? And you probably thought, you're gonna high five and it comes into one, right? Two become one. No, it didn't mean that. It meant, he's sticking his dick in her pussy. That's what it meant. He was gonna fuck the shit out of her. That's what that meant. It was like, oh, okay, like, all this stuff to take as a young man, you don't know what to look, you don't know what to say, you're like, but you're intrigued. And the first time when I first discovered porn and that, I was like, at that period of time, watching it on that Channel 5, and I remember my mum specifically at that time, like, because I remember switching over, and I was like, and my mum came and I switched it back over, like, you see someone going, you do that quickly, so. And then she came in, she's like, I hope you're not watching what's on Channel 5. She specifically said it to me at that time. I hope you're not watching what's on Channel 5. And I was like, and that's when my curiosity kind of kicked in. What more is on Channel 5? What are you saying? And that's when I kept flicking it over more times to Channel 5. And I kept watching, most of the times on weekends, I'll be watching what was on Channel 5. Late nights, because they used to show them late night movies, bruv, them late night softcore movies. And you used to sit there and watch sometimes. And I used to watch with my jaw open, like, gosh, do you know what I mean? Is this what this adult game thing is, dude? Like, you're curious at that time and you want to know more. But anyways, on from my, let's say, first experience of porn. My first experience of actually having a jack, I think, was definitely secondary school days. It was the age of like 13 and stuff. Because obviously someone tells you, oh, well, that seems good, why don't you just try it out? And like a numpty, you believe this person. Oh, is that what you do? And they're like, yeah, just go ahead, have one, what's the worst that can happen? And that day was literally one of the worst things that could happen. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, because it was a very shocking experience to me. I didn't expect what happened. Because they just literally said, no, you grab your tings and you just tug it. You just pull and pull and pull. And I'm like, you pull? What do you mean you pull? Do you whack it? Like, I had questions. I didn't like, and when you're going obviously to learn from these people in school, they don't know all. They don't know nothing. They're the same age as you. They're just figuring stuff out like you are. Do you know what I mean? Most of these guys haven't experienced or touched the pussy in anything. You know what I mean? But they're telling you these things and you're believing, oh yeah, so that's what it must be like. So okay, I'm just going to go and touch that and it should be alright. No. Like, the first experience of me trying to jack was a mad one. You know what I mean? Because I hated it after my first experience. Like, I swear my tings were hurting because, like, I think at that young age you shouldn't be doing something like that, but you were hurting. You were like, why? What is this all about? Like, why? And obviously at that age, you're curious. And the more obviously watching stuff on Channel 5 and things like that got me very curious as to what adult content was all about. You know what I mean? Because it made me go, oh, well, it's for adults, but I want to know more. I don't care if it's for adults. I want to know what this is all about. Because eventually when I get to an adult, I want to experience this and find out if this is the same thing. Bullshit, it's not the same fucking thing. let me tell you that right now. If you're underage watching this, why are you watching this? But then you probably done the same thing I've done. You've done something that was probably of your age, and you decide, oh well, I'm just gonna still go and watch it. But the end goal was, I don't even know what the end goal was, to be honest. Like, just to whack myself silly, I guess. But I hated it the first time. I didn't like it, and I swear I didn't do it after like a month. It took me a month before I even tried it again. Because I was traumatized by it. Especially when I started to bus. When I started to bus, and when you start to produce ejaculation, let's say for people who don't know what bus means, you start to produce ejaculation, you're like, oh my word, what the fuck? Like, it's coming out, and you're like, you feel like your things are coming off. Like, it feels like the whole gravitational pull is like pulling you out. You know what I mean? It's like, it was like a weird fucking experience. It was a weird experience that I thought, I don't want to do this shit again. This is mad. And I remember the guy in school going, so how was it? Oh, it's good, huh? Oh, good, huh? Good, huh? Very good, huh? Good, huh? He's not Asian, by the way. He doesn't sound like he's not. But that's what he was saying to me, and I was like, no. This was fucking awful. This was bad. This was wrong. And he's like, oh, trust me, it gets better in time. It gets better in time. He was saying to me, don't worry, it gets better in time. Does it? Do you know what I mean? And at a point, listen, you don't really speak about, when people bring in adult content, you draw towards these people who are bringing them in, because you're like, okay, well, I want to see more, so I'm just going to talk to these people just to get more info about this, because at that time you're curious, so curiosity kills the cat, as they always say. And I was the cat at that time, you know what I mean? But I ain't dead, luckily, because I didn't overjack myself into a coma. So I'm still alive to tell this story today. Mad things. But I got a lot more to say on that, but I think we've come to the end of the time of our chat, and people are like, oh, I wanted to hear more, You hear more, I'll give you a lot more, trust me. I've still got more to say on that. It's not over. There'll probably be more parts to that, but Lovelife right now is... But I'm currently obviously talking to someone, which is nice, and but it's just very early days. Literally, it was just a day ago that we just started messaging each other. So that's a little tree update from the Lincoln Ting, guys. But as I said, guys, if you're obviously feeding the Lincoln Ting and anything I do on the Randy Prizzle channel, just like it, share it to your friends, tell them how crazy I am and all that. And obviously this episode too, I mean, I never really want to put this episode much out there, because at some point in time I don't really want everybody knowing every part of my business, but I'm more confident in myself nowadays to go, fuck it, just give them the story, because like, if I was you, I'd want to hear my story, and that's just how it is. Well, you want to hear it from the horse's mouth, or hear what the horse thinks. I'm not the horse in general, but I'm just trying to refer to something in another option, but it is what it is. So I guess that's all from this episode. We probably gone a bit over time, but it is what it is. I don't want the upload time to be too long, so I don't want to be too mad. But we will do a special where it will be an hour special. When we probably get to the 10th or 5th episode, maybe we'll do an hour special, and I can tell you everything in full glorious detail. Oh, you'd want to hear it. Believe me, I'd probably be in your shoes and probably want to. I'm big headed. Shut up, Randy. Shut the fuck up. Just leave it as that. Okay, thank you guys again for checking out this episode. And you know, if you're feeling this episode or any of the episodes, you know what to do. So, thank you guys. I'll see you next time.